What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview the 2024 NRL Grand Final. I am buzzing. I think this is I'm going to make a call. I reckon this is going to be just as good, if not better, than last year's Grand Final, which is saying something, because a lot of people have that as the best Grand Final of all time. These teams are so evenly matched. Last couple games have been very close, all decided under 8 points, 6 points, 8 points, whatever it was. And it's going to be epic. I've heard a few people sort of a little bit of negativity around it. People saying, oh, I'm sick of seeing Penrith and Storm up there. And obviously their teams aren't in the Grand Final. But I get what you're saying. I understand. It'd be good to have some fresh meat in there. And hopefully some teams do sort their stuff out for next year. It would be nice to see some fresh meat in there. But think about what you're saying. We don't go, oh, man, I'm sick of watching Queensland and New South Wales play. It's the best of the players that make it good, man. We got Cleary versus Hughes. We got Munster versus Luai. We got Pappenhausen versus Edwards. To'o versus Coates. We got Moses Leota versus Josh King. It's a little bit of a letdown. Wish Nelson was there. Sort of sucks he got suspended, but what do you do, man? What do you do? He's tall. He hits people in the head. But anyway, let's not. I've said a lot of whinging about that. Let's just appreciate the guys that are here and bang in and rip in and. Yeah, I cannot wait, guys. Absolutely cannot wait. If you haven't already, guys, obviously make sure you shoot us a sub. I had a goal of 8K for the end of the year. It was actually 5K, but we changed it when the channel started to blow up. So I wanted to go to 8K, guys. We're not too far off, a couple hundred off, I think. If we've ever brought you any knowledge or anything, shoot us a like, shoot us a sub. That'd be incredible, guys. Also, too, guys, I haven't put my bets up yet, but we will go through them now, and I haven't put them up yet as recording this video, but as this video is up, they should be up on my Dabble, on my Discord, guys. If you do want to follow our Discord, I'll leave a link in the description. Also, if you do want to follow me on Dabble, use the link in the description as well, or if you're already a member of Dabble, it's MonsterSnag, or use code SNAG when you join as well. That will automatically follow me once you join, guys. Let's get into it. All right, so we've already sort of gone over Big Nasty. Actually, I'll just go over what I'm going to do in this video because obviously there's only one game this weekend. So essentially what I've done, guys, I've gone back. I've watched both games, previous matchups from last week. I didn't watch a ton of the finals games that these two have played. Even Melbourne had looked better in them. It was my personal opinion. I did have a little look at them, but just going off like last year, for example, both teams looked pretty awesome, but it was more the matchups against each other that sort of gave me the best light. So I've gone and watched those videos from start to finish, those games from start to finish, guys, just to get a feel of how those games actually played. So we will actually go through those real briefly as well, each game from this year that these two matched up against each other. We'll go over the stat attack. We'll go through what our punts will look like. Obviously, I haven't put them down yet, but we'll go through what they look like on tryline.com. For everyone that keeps asking me, I probably keep forgetting to say the name of the website. The name of the website I use for the stats for the NRL for my punting is tryline.com. I'll try and put a link in the description, but if I forget, it's tryline.com. It's great. We had a really, really good strike rate on the punt since we've been using that site full time. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we've lost 2 games in the finals. And leading up to the finals, we were pretty damn good as well. So really, really, really happy with how that's all going. And I'm going to be shooting those guys a message as well, because there's a couple little bits of data I'd like to add to the site too. So if the bros are watching from that site, I'm going to message you very shortly for next year, obviously. All right, guys. So team list. Now, look, Big Nasty out. We'll also go through some matchups and stuff as well, sides of and try scorers and all that sort of stuff. But Pap's out. I mean, not Pap's out. Nelson out, but team pretty much unchanged from there. Welsh comes in. Welsh played, but he only played 8 minutes. And Big Lazarus, how do you say his name? Valepu? Beast. I'm pretty sure he's like 19 or something too. Oh, he's 25? Okay. My bad. Not even that impressive. Who was the night? Oh, that was the Roosters guy. The Roosters guy. He was a monster. All right, and Penrith unchanged from last week, but Sorensen is named on the reserves. Now, I don't know why he's there, whether it's fitness or whether he just thinks Garner's done a good job and does he want to change the team up for the grand final. Cleary knows best. He's obviously, we've got the two, and that's the other good matchup we've got here. We've got two of the best coaches. No, the two best coaches of the modern era here. They do have the best strike rates in the most grand finals, so they are the two best coaches of the modern era. So I'm not too sure what they've done there. I personally like Sorensen there because he's a little bit of an unsung hero, but one thing I've noticed dramatically is whenever Penrith are at full strength or close to it and Sorensen's playing, there's always seems to be more space to the left. I don't know if it's because he runs good lines, whether they're worried about, I don't know what it is, but their wingers and centres score more. Maybe he just runs a really good decoy line. I don't know. There's something that I don't see that's happening, but he's really good there. He really is. And he hasn't played a whole heap of footy this year, so maybe he's been left out there. Garner has been pretty damn good, but I personally think Penrith's best team has Sorensen in the 11. So we're not too sure. We'll have to wait and see if he plays. We might not find out until later, but we'll wait and see, guys. But we've got close to a full strength matchup here. If Sorensen's out and Nasty's out, I think that's roughly an even, like, you know what I mean? Like, roughly even. You know, like, Nasty brings a whole different dimension. But like I said, Sorensen is... Everyone's going to disagree with me here. They'll be like, Nasty's way more... Probably, okay? I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. But Sorensen is low-key so huge for them on that edge. Even if it is just running a nice decoy line. Or what I think it is, he runs a few nice lines and he just crashes and hits the line well and gets quick play of the ball. So I think they put more guys on him. Then he runs his decoy. They go out the back and there's more space. That's what I'd say it is. But so, look, we do have an even matchup here, guys. I know a lot of people say Nasty's out. It's massive. I don't think it's as big as everyone's been saying. Now, one thing I've noticed, and I've noticed this from last year, when we watched footy 10, 15 years ago, right, there was such a big gap between Cup and then first grade that if a good player went out, you're done. Like, not even a key player, not like an Andrew Johns, just like a real good front row, a real good edge, you know, good whatever. You know, just not a key part, but a top, one of your top key sort of players. They'll go out. Your whole team suffers. I haven't really noticed it that much this year. I've seen, like, if you've just like been tipping against a team because they're missing a player this year, you're losing, because it hasn't seemed to matter, especially with the good teams. A new guy comes in, they slot in, and it's just business as usual. These two teams are probably the best at it. Actually, no, they are the best at it. So I don't think it's as big a loss as everyone thinks, and I still have a lot of faith in this forward pack to swing back at the very least. They might be on the front foot punching like Nasty does, but I think they'll be swinging back. So, yeah, this is awesome. I'm just buzzing. All right, let's have a quick look at the stat attack first, and we've got heaps, and this is actually really cool. We've got some really cool ones. Melbourne Storm have scored 213 points in their last 5 games. 3 of them have been finals, man. They've just been touching teams in inappropriate places. Seriously. Penrith Panthers can become the first club in 58 years to win 4 consecutive grand finals. That is crazy. To me, this puts them down as the greatest team of all time if they do this. I don't care about the Dragons in the 50s and 60s. Like, there was no salary cap, no one was professional, and the game was actually different. There was no tackle count. There was all these other rules. Like, the scoring systems, like, it's just, it wasn't the game we know, and it definitely wasn't the NRL. So, to me, I just think what they've achieved in this era would be far superior than anything any team's done. So I'm going to be giving it to the Penny Panthers if they get it, and they'll ride this thing for the next 40 years like Parramatta did. Even if Penrith suck for the next 20, 30 years, in 20 years' time, people will still be comparing teams to the 2020 Penrith Panthers. Crazy. Storm have Storm have 5 players who have played a total of 12 grand finals. Penrith Panthers have 13 players who have played a total of 39 grand finals. So plenty more grand final experience in the Penny Panthers here, guys. Jerome Hughes will pay his 150th. Anytime try scorer for his 150th. Love it. Brian To'o has scored 9 tries in 11 games against the Storm. That is not a bad multi. I'm just saying. That is, let's see what it's paying, guys. Hang on, let's go. Where's Dabble? Dabble. Try score market should be up. Dabble. Rugby League. Try scorers. Brian To'o. Damn, we got some value on the try scorers this weekend, guys. Brian To'o's playing 225. Where is Jerome Hughes? 420. $9.50. Do you know what this is telling me right here, boys? Low scoring game. Low scoring game. We'll be looking at unders for this game. All right. What about Nathan Cleary and Jerome Hughes? $17. $17. Jerome Hughes has scored 7 tries in his last 5 games. Jerome Hughes for a try, for just on its own for $4.20 is jam. Absolute jam. That is crazy. Ryan Pappenhausen has scored a try in all 4 games he has played at Accor Stadium. Penrith Panthers have won 11 of their past 13 games at Accor Stadium. Not bad. Craig Bellamy will equal Wayne Bennett's record of 10 grand finals as coach. Penrith Panthers have conceded an average of 9 points in their past 11 finals matches. Whoa, that's low. What a try and 3/4. Man, Penrith. What the hell? Just on the head-to-heads real quick too, guys. Take what you want, but this is so even. I wouldn't be taking head-to-heads. I actually have both down. If you've followed me for a while, you probably know that. But yeah, I put money down on Penrith and on Melbourne Storm both to win the grand final a few weeks ago. Got them at 350 and 260 or 50 or something like that. So I win $500 if Melbourne Storm win. I win $1,500 if Penrith win. So sort of want Penrith to win for a bigger payout, but I'm pretty neutral. I don't care who wins, to be honest. I just want an epic game. I really do. All right, guys. So before we get to our picks and then to go through what we'll be looking at on the punt, I just wanted to go over their previous matchups, which sort of led me to who I'm picking. Now, game 1, this was actually in round 1 in Melbourne. 1 try, Nick Meaney penalty goal. One sec. Sorry, guys, I had something in my throat. Team list for these guys. So Big Nasty didn't actually play in this one. Neither did Munster. So definitely boosted with Munster there. But other than that, it's pretty... I mean, it's not identical, but pretty damn close. This is before they got rid of Remy Smith and brought in Howarth. So Melbourne, definitely a stronger team than round 1. Penrith Panthers did have Tiny May. But they didn't have Mitch Kenny, which is a huge loss for them. His line speed and hit and drag and drive and all that sort of stuff's incredible. And they had Eisenhoof. So pretty close to the similar bench that they've fielded for the grand final. So Melbourne almost a team with Tam Munster and it's superiorly stronger than a team without it. So definitely a little stronger. I'd say Penrith roughly the same because they did lose Tiny, but Mitch Kenny's so huge for them. He was huge in the grand final last year. So both teams probably... So Melbourne definitely better. Penrith probably slightly better. However, I would have rather Penrith have Tiny in there. He was looking real nice. And I'll re-watch this game and Tiny was really, really good in it. All right, so... there was first try was which was their first try? So it was the Nick Meaney one. It was off a kick. Look, the game was a normal round one game. It was really high. It was really good for a round one, and it was actually a really good game to watch for a 8-0 a game that had 8 points scored in it. Melbourne looked pretty good, but Penrith sort of had the run of it. So Penrith had, I believe, 2 tries disallowed. They had one where it was. I think they had one disallowed. They had one that was super close, and then they had 2 or 3 where they probably should have scored, but it was just round one, so they didn't. So it was sort of weird. Melbourne won fair and square, and their defense was crazy. It was really, really good. Like there was one where they swept. They actually created space. A ball went to the right winger. I can't remember if it was Taruva. I think they were on the opposite sides back then. And he sort of half juggled it as he was catching it, which slowed him down. But then there was like 5 Melbourne players sweeping across. So if it was crisp, he probably scores, but he didn't. But then also Melbourne were just there, man. So like Melbourne's defense was elite. Penrith fumbling the bag a little bit, but it could have been, like, put it this way, Penrith probably win this game against anyone else 24-8. They could have won this game against Melbourne 24-8, but it was just like it wasn't quite crisp enough performance from Melbourne. I'm not saying it was them being bad. I'm just saying it wasn't quite crisp enough, and Melbourne's defense was really good. Now, just remember, Melbourne are always good in round ones, and Penrith aren't very good at the start of the year. Just a little reminder too. So even though I'm just trying to paint a picture of like who I give the tick to. So I do give it to Melbourne because they won. And fair and square run. I'm not taking anything away from them. They won it. But it wasn't like, whoa, they like shut down Penrith. It was a little clunky. They won with their defense. Penrith, if you just go back and watch the replay on YouTube if you want, it goes for 4 minutes. Penrith were like constantly attacking, and it just didn't happen. You know what I mean? It was just really good defense. So I give the tick to Melbourne, like straight up good win. But it wasn't like, well, man, like, I don't think after this game anyone sort of thought Penrith were in trouble. Like, I thought it was one of those games where if you watch it, Melbourne got them, but I think Penrith will get them next time. You know, that's what I sort of got out of watching the replay. Then we had game 2. Now, this one was a very recent, and this one was, 4 weeks? Round 24. So, you know, like whatever, a month or 2 ago. It was, what did I write down on this one? So let's have a look at the team list first, just make sure everyone was there. So this is when Dylan Edwards came back from his injury, so he's number 20. Didn't look great, to be honest, but close to full strength again. Obviously McLean was in instead of Alamotti. Full packs, full strength, but no Liam Martin, so a pretty big loss there. Liam Martin is huge for them. Bench, okay. Lindsay Smith would obviously be in the bench and bolster that up. Whereas Melbourne now have Howlett in good form. So Melbourne full strength in this one. So this is pretty much a team that's running out, right? So Penrith missing. So Dylan Edwards coming back from injury. Missing Alamotti. Missing Liam Martin. That was actually Guy's starting debut. So obviously bench of the week too. So slightly strength, you know, so a little bit, you know, that to take into consideration too, guys. Now, this game was decided by a penalty goal, and I actually thought it was a pretty bad one as well. But this is also the game Nathan Cleary got injured in with about 10 minutes to go. A few things I did notice on it. They did manage to isolate To'o and got Warbrick over him. He didn't snatch the ball over him, but he was able to tap it back for a try. And to me, there was 2 pretty bad calls. One, Nelson got sin-binned. I actually thought it was a penalty. Everyone was like, he didn't even hit him in the head. I actually thought he did, but no way, shape or form was it a sin bin. So if you want to argue with me and say he didn't hit him in the head, I don't know. I've 20/20 vision and I thought he did, but no way was it a sin bin. So bad call against Melbourne, but then they got a good call with the late shot which was about a millisecond late in slow motion, which sort of did winning them the game. So again, this one was a little different. I actually felt like Penrith probably were slightly better through larger chunks of the game. But having said that, Melbourne won this, I was about to say fair and square, but that penalty goal was a bit rough. So Melbourne won. Fair, not square. Melbourne won square, not fair. No, that doesn't sound right either. You get what I'm saying. It was a Melbourne win, and you can't take it off them. It was there. They were better. They were good enough to get the win. Having said that, if Nathan Cleary's on the park, I think he steers at home. He was sort of brewing, and with even after that penalty goal, they actually did have a chance for a 2-point field goal, which I'm pretty confident Cleary would have smoked, but Dylan Edwards took it and missed it. So again, you see, it's super even, guys. Like, I have to give it to Melbourne, but Penrith were right there, and like I said, slightly weakened team. I guess. Oh, Nelson's not there. Yeah. Well, Nelson was there for this one, so Melbourne a little weaker than this team they rolled out, and Penrith are going to be a little stronger. Yeah, look, oh man. Oh, Jesse McLean's out too. I was in this one too. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? So yeah, look, nothing in it, man. Like this grand, like I said, there's a reason this game opened $1.90 each. It just is. It's going to be so good, bro. Oh, man, it really is. It really is. All right, let's have a little quick look-see at their team stats, then we'll do our picks. All right, so both teams won every finals game, obviously. Yeah, both teams 4 of their last 5. Wins this season. Completion rate, 79 and 80. Tackle efficiency, 87 to 88, similar. So Melbourne scoring more and leaking, and then Penrith, and leaking slightly more. Melbourne play the ball speed's the same. Wins at this venue 66%. Wow, 66% from Melbourne Storm. It's incredible, and 53% from the Penrith Panthers. Look, as far as my pick goes, guys, I like I said, I don't care. May the best team win. There's one thing I've noticed all year that I think could be the difference, eh? And the crazy thing about what I'm about to say is I could be so wrong, and this player could be so good, and I look like the biggest idiot at the end of it, all right? So one thing I noticed from the 2024 Penrith Panthers compared to 2023, 22, 21, Penrith used to always, like, their defensive line was crazy. It's still crazy fast, but when they would hit the line, they would hit, stop, drag, and the amount of meters they used to take off teams is insane. Like everyone, like, you watch Payne Haas's numbers every time he plays Penrith. Like, no one can take meters. The post-contact meters are always so slow. It's not as good this year, man. And the hit and drag, like, it was actually pretty funny. I was teaching my son, he had a tackle not long ago, and we're sort of going through. I watched one of his games, and he's tackling fine, but I was like, man, the goal's not to tackle someone and get to the ground, son. He goes, what do you mean? I said, your goal's to tackle them back there on their back facing the wrong way. That's the goal, and Penrith, without a doubt, have been the best at it. If you go back and watch a couple of their last finals games, you watch the one against Parramatta in 2022, it was like, teams will make, like, you'd run up 5 metres apart, you'd go bang, and they would get tackled about a metre or two in front of where they played the ball. Like, it was just, the drag was just so insane. And to me, the best player at it is Fisher Harris, man. And you boys tell me this, I reckon Fish has been way down this year, eh? Still a top shelf prop. I'm not taking anything away from him, but just remember, guys, he's the current Golden Boot winger. He was so much better. And I don't want to sound like I'm bagging Fish here, because I Do you know how one of my first, it might have been my second ever TikTok video. It blew up and everyone hated me for it, but it sort of turned out to be relatively right, depending on who you talk to, I guess, was how much better Fisher Harris was than Payne Haas. Because I remember just watching the game and they're just like, Payne Haas is this and he's the best and he's the best. And I'm sitting there going, Fisher Harris is, what? Like, just what? Because he doesn't get post-contact meters and as many fantasy points or Supercoach points. I'm like, look what he's doing. No one's making meters on this dude. Like, every prop that goes against him, their meters gained goes down by 40 meters. He's destroying these dudes. So he is literally one of my favourite players. I've always gone and bat for him, but I don't know if he's carrying something with his shoulder or whatever. But if you actually watch him run into the line now, he skips and hops into the line like that. He used to hit it like Nathan Brown. I don't know, man. His last ride with Penrith, I was expecting ferocious. And even if you watch last week's game against the Sharks, they were better. In fact, I'd almost say their forward pack was better, but there was large chunks where Sharkies' forward pack was better. And if you watch even Broncos versus Penrith last year, the only time Broncos pack got on top of, and it wasn't even on top, but on top of a little bit, on top of Penrith, was when those two blokes were sitting on the bench, Fisher Harris and Moses Leota. It was literally 24-0, 26-0 when they were on and 24-0 when they were off. That's how impactful those two guys are. Like, just let that sink in for a second. Broncos scored all their points when Moses Leota and Fisher Harris are sitting on the bench, and Penrith scored all their points while they were on the park. Says something, man. So yeah, what I would normally say if this was, just say this is 2023 Penrith Panthers or 2022 Penrith Panthers, I would say Penrith is going to maul this forward pack, drag, drive, and Harry Grant's not going to have anything to play off the back of. This forward pack, I think, can hold its own. In fact, this forward pack, I do think will be better than this forward pack, but I think this forward pack can hold them down good enough that Harry Grant that spine can create something out of nothing. I'm taking the Storm. Just. I think if Penrith Panthers are to win, I think it's going to have to be a Nathan Cleary godlike performance. And I know people are like, oh, Nelson's out. I think, like, I've been so impressed with Liero, Katoa, Blore, King, and Tui's been coming off the bench, but I think they can hold their own. Just. Like I said, if this was 2023 Penrith Panthers, I'm not talking trash, I would take them 20 plus. I just don't. And not because of Cleary or anything, because of the forward pack. I just haven't seen that same ferociousness from Fisher Harris. He's the tip of the spear. To me, just honestly answer me this too, boys. Do you think Fisher Harris has been better than Moses Leota in a single game this year? I don't think he has. And it's so hard for me to say because he's one of my favourite players of all time. And I've been giving this dude hummers for the last 4 years. It's taken my claim saying, no, Fish is the best prop in the game. I don't think he has been close to the best prop in the game this year. So yeah, I think the Melbourne Storm can get it done. Just by the skin of their teeth. I'm expecting a similar game to the last one they played in 2024, minus 1 try apiece. All right, so we had 4 tries apiece last time. I reckon 3 tries each, or 4 tries to 3. Which brings us to our betting. Those high odds we saw. Actually, let's have a real quick look at matchups first, guys. One sec. Have a real quick look at matchups, key matchups, guys, and then we'll go through our actual punts. So, right, so we have To'o on Coates. So To'o swapped sides. Coates is very good in the air. To'o is very good at defending in the air, but if he gets a good jump and the momentum's right and all that sort of stuff, he will get over To'o, but Penrith's job is to not let him get in good field position to get good kicks. So we have To'o on Coates, Howarth on Tungle. I thought Howarth did a real good job on Joey Manu. Having said this, guys, I everyone's been bagging Tungor this year. I genuinely think he is a gun. He just needs that continuity around him. If you actually watch every game he's played where Liam Martin, Nathan Cleary and either I'd say Tarufa, but To'o's beside him, he's been awesome. It's when he's sort of been left out there, or Liam Martin's out or Cleary's out or whatever, he gets exposed a little bit, but you know, they would have been training all pre-season like this. I think he's pretty solid. It's huge. Now we have Garner on Katoa. Hughes. So I'd say, I know everyone's been tacking Panthers right. Right. But I think the better side to attack's here. You got your Katoa, Hughes, Meaney, Warbrick against Garner, Luai, Alamotti and Taruva. So I actually like, I don't know what the numbers say. I actually like this matchup, this right hand, yeah, that's their right hand flank. That's incredible for me. Katoa's been on fire. Hughes, Meaney, Warbrick. So if you like Melbourne Storm, personally for me, I like these matchups. If I'm Melbourne Storm going, I got Katoa, Hughes, Meaney, and Warbrick against Garner, Luai, Alamotti, and Taruva. I think they're going to go right. I think they're probably, everyone's expecting them to go this side. I think they like that matchup better. Like I said, if you look at stats, here we go. Actually, it'll be on here. I forgot that. Where's their scoring map? Here it is. So left, right? So you'd think, you know, you'd go against Penrith's, you know, they've only got the 10th best right edge defense, but I think that would be a mistake. I think them going right would actually be, it doesn't make sense because you're going against, but you get what I'm saying, right? You guys get what I'm saying. It's more the names. I think they could have, all these players are in great form. This is relatively newly put together. I like that side better. Just like I said, I know the numbers don't say that, but I actually do like the matchups on here better. I really do. I've got Grant against Kenny. You know, Grant will just, the second there's anything on, shoots out. Kenny's more of your defensive. Kenny has to be way better, by the way, than he was. I've never seen so many bad passes thrown from dummy half last week against the Sharks. Catching them up here, catching them down here, catching them out here. Bouncing, like ball not hitting a man. Like, it was really bad. So, he has to be much better, but he's more of your defensive sort of guy, so... We got Blore running at Cleary. Blore's pretty powerful and have a good ball runner, but I think Liam Martin can handle Blore pretty easily as well. So yeah, actually, like I said, I'm loving this left side. I'm loving this left side for tries, guys. I really am. All right, let's have a look at our betting analysis. Big win, little win. We don't do 1 to 12. So your anytime try scorers, guys, we've got Xavier Coates and Paps, Warbrick. Now, if you want some value, so what did we say? We said Jerome Hughes, 8 tries, 22. But he's in try scoring form, and like I said, I like that side. You can get him at $4.50, guys. He scored 7 tries in his last 5 games, and 7 tries in 5 games. He's going up against, you know, not super elite. I know the numbers say it's super elite, but not crazy defenders. And you're getting $4.50. Love it. Love it, boys. Now, for Penrith Panthers try scorer, who do I like? I tell you what, I really, really like Cleary for one. Nothing to do with numbers. I just think he's good for one. I just think he's going to stand up in this game. But I actually like their right edge. Like I said, even though this is... But Cleary was skipping left, though, and put Alamotti through twice, didn't he? Hold my beer on the Penrith try, guys. But obviously follow me and all that stuff. And I'll be posting all my punts on my shorts too, guys. But just hold my beer on that one. I might have to go on the numbers on that one. But obviously your Dylan Edwards. Actually, let's have a little look at that scoring map again. So we've got to go Panthers. This is why I don't like Pappy either, guys. Storm do, Penrith do have the best defense in the middle. They can get opened up there from time to time, but all right. So Panthers, pretty good defense through the middle, but second best attack. Geez, their attack's not great, is it? Yeah, you can't really find many holes there. Dylan Edwards through the middle. They're so stiff though. I think you have to go right. I think you have to go tall, even though that's their strong side defensively. See what I mean? Things are just pointing me towards Melbourne, man. They really are. I just see easier tries there for Melbourne too. I tell you what, if Penrith win this, far out. What a team. What a team. All right, guys, team tries. This is something I'm looking at as well. So against top 4 teams now, both these teams are scoring about 4.5 and 4.1 against top 4 teams. Like I mentioned, I actually really like unders because I just like I said, there's a reason why the bookies have put the price up for try scorers. Defense is going to be at an absolute premium. And both teams defend really well. When people like Storm's defense hasn't been that good this year. It has been when they've wanted it to. Like everyone was like, remember when they were about to play the Roosters for the first time, and everyone was like, "Oh, Penrith are leaking. They're leaking so many tries." Knight scored 26 points on them, but Melbourne won or whatever it was. And then the next week they only concede 8 against the Roosters, who I think at the time were averaging 40 points a game. They can defend when they want. It's just, yeah. And like I said, I think we're going to have a very similar game to this one. I think there will be points, but not just -1, -2. So what I'll probably be looking at, guys, is probably Penrith. Because these are up high, we should get decent odds for it. Under 4.5 tries each. That's a good leg for either team. Pick your one. I'll probably take Penrith. Okay. And then we come down here for your points. I actually like Penrith to score some points in the first half. Oh, you know what? I might have to leave that behind. Oh, this is so hard because 17.5 points. So I could take Penrith under 18.5 points in the first half, which you won't get much value for because they haven't done that against any. Well, they've averaged in 17.5. I feel like Panthers can win the first half. This is how I think Penrith win. I think they will blow them out of the water early. Melbourne wrestle back some momentum, and then Penrith's defense is good enough to hold them off, and Nathan Cleary kicks them to death into corners. That's how I feel like Penrith win. So, yeah, guys, look, you're gonna have to follow me on Discord and on here as well, so I'll put the punts up on why. But I'm feeling unders because I think it's going to be under all these numbers. I think we could go under Penrith, under 18.5 in the first half. I think we could take Storm for about the same, probably 16.5, because they'll probably miss a penalty goal because Meany's not the best goal kicker, but Cleary can slot 3 from 3 easily. And then Penrith, Melbourne Storm to score a try in the second half. One thing I noticed, Penrith leak a lot of tries. Not a lot of tries. Penrith almost always leak a try from half-time to that 20-minute mark. Like, every time. It's just one. But it's good value, man. But then they really lock the game up in the final 20. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at, guys. So under 18.5 for Penrith in the first half. Maybe roughly the same for the Storm. Storm for a try in the second half. Geez, you could almost go a try each, couldn't you? They've both scored against top 4 teams in the second half every single time. But there's plenty of legs we can take here, guys. There's plenty of legs we could take. We probably have to... So Penrith total tries, right? So we might have to bump this up to 5.5 for both. Just in case. And it'll give you less value. But then also when you add tries in, when you go unders and overs in the same multi, it like shoots up. Because you're sort of picking a window. So, yeah, I might look at something like that, guys. Totals, under 5.5 tries. Either both teams or one or the other. Be looking at Penrith to... Tell you what would be good. Penrith to score... you won't be able to get it, though. Penrith to score a try, but not to score between 1 and 4 tries. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. And then, yeah, we'll probably take Penrith... No, Storm to score a try in the second half. As we're looking at, we'll put it all together, guys. And what I'll do for the punt as well, I'll do a safe double up. I'll probably put down something a little hectic. I'll probably put down a safe, good try score, and then maybe a bit of a fun one as well. Just it's a grand final, why the hell not? And I've got free money coming in, so let's spend it. Let's spend it, lads. All right, that's it, lads. Like I said, I'm feeling like we're going to have unders. I don't know who's going to win, but I'm tipping Storm just because. No, not just because. I went through a whole reason why. And then, yeah, we're looking at unders for most things. But I do think we will have some points. I don't think we'll have an 8-0. I think it'll be, if I had to guess, somewhere in the realms of 22-18, 22-16, something around there. So, yeah, I'm excited, boys. I'm excited. Bring it on, eh? All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.